guys, we are in Samgachi
We're not
station.
in, we're outside.
We need to find the exit 11. This is 14, I think. Across the road. These people with nobody. But yes, we're gonna find the War Memorial Museum of Korea, which is a bit difficult. Is it that one?
You see any signs?
It looks like a big tower.
Big signs. No, we need crossing. And it's
So-
flashing and the timing's running out, so.
But there's
I
people
really-
on the road anyway, so.
Yeah, really, I don't think we should. I think it's military base.
I can't read it. That's the bus though, walk straight. Yeah, walk straight. Now, we've reached the War Memorial of Korea, but we had to walk through the bus entrance, so... Yes. It is interesting though. It's just not as big, or maybe it's that thing.
Oh, the monolith here.
I would assume that it's something really grand.
Yeah, I would assume too because just disclaimer, but from my experience to some place that really, I guess, idolizes or like respects is war veterans. The Great Patriotic War Museum in Russia, like it was huge, but then again that's the Soviet Union which constructed it. So I mean the space was immense and it was also out of town. This is kind of in the city center, so kind of expected to take up that much space. But I mean, doesn't look as grand as I thought. It kind of looks like a bunch of office buildings.
Maybe it's not this one, it's the one in front, I bet. Look, there's a whole tower there.
I mean,
Anyway,
yeah,
we'll find out. We're instructed to go up the ramp, but in the distance I see a statue. We'll get to it later. Yes, dear.
Motorized. I mean, respect. I always respect any nation that has strong respect for its forces. Yeah, so you can see the modern Korean military all the way back to like maybe Vietnam era. So Korea did fight in Vietnam, just to let you know. So that's actually what that mural depicts. With the soldiers wearing one helmets, the M60s, the M16s, and over there the M60s and bayonets, the Cobra gunships as well as the Little Bird attack helicopters. So this is probably their Vietnam deployment. Over here we have like them entering into the maybe 70s, 80s. Still kind of late Vietnam, we got K136 Koreans. We also have what look like, honestly,
FH 2000.
105 howitzers, maybe like that. Light gun howitzer. And then here you got more advanced termination. Maybe going to the late one. So you have KFV 25 APs, IFVs, and also the K1 main battle tanks, which they developed later on. So this is around like the 60s into the 80s or 90s era. So kind of encapsulates everything.
And this looks like a memorial for those who fell.
Yeah, so honestly, very, very deep respect for everyone here. Just, yeah. Let's keep forget. So, it'll be a lot more solemn here because this is actually a war memorial for the fallen, not just a.
I like how you admit that you were not solemn these few times before.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a war memorial, so this is different. This is not a museum, like an Air Force museum or something, so that one's more. I'm not a really good expert on, say, cooling elite equipment, but I can recognize at least the fact that many of the things are either hand-me-down from the US or indigenously developed with heavy inspiration from the Americans. So, the front here, the landing ship tank, this is marking what appears to be M60 pattern, but that's a bit weird because I don't think Koreans ever used M60s. As far as I know, I think they only use M48s, but okay, similar enough. I guess the artist was a bit inspired by it. Maybe it's American actually, I don't know, but it's still Korean. Over here, they have rigid hull and shapeable boat. So it looks like the Special Forces operations, perhaps, or like kind of UDT SEAL kind of things that were used during the Vietnam War, the Huey, the UH-1 Huey. And then planning to hear, I guess, is the advancement of the Korean Navy towards modern missile corvettes. So we're like, I don't know what 999 or 997 means, but I guess it's the advancement. You can see more advanced gear here. So you got, I guess, submarines, diesel electric submarines, the more frigates, maybe things like, I think they're called the Donghae class.
Donghae is EC.
Yeah, the Donghae class frigate. Literally, they call it after their own Korean works. I think you have Hatsu UP. And then you also have a P3 Orion, the American, well, Korean but American built patrol aircraft. And you also have what appears to be maybe World War II era destroyers in the front picture. Ones that probably used during the Korean War or maybe after the Korean War, with its 25-inch mount and 40mm twin Bofors. So generally, what we see here is I guess a time frame from about this is around the 70s to 80s, the 60s, I think it's 80s, and then kind of turning back like the 50s to the 80s. So I mean that's what during Korea's independence during the Cold War and it building up its military before it became the I guess first world powerhouse that it is now. And here you can actually see the Roll of Honor, which as the monoliths depict the casualties and the fallen soldiers, and also police officers who served in the Korean Armed Forces as well as the United Nations. And yeah, it's quite a lot, honestly. And of course, the unknown amount of dead among say civilians or special forces, not in the sense of like say as special forces like Green Berets or Delta, but more like the underground covert operations where the North Koreans invaded. They were the ones who were working under the net, not collaborating, sorry, resistance fighters basically, who will probably not ever be named because they died in the hills and stuff. So respect to everyone here, and of course the many untold who never got their name here. So. Careful this time. There's a
No, I'm not carrying
there's
things.
these blind things. So
That's very mean.
what? I don't know what it's called.
Blind things. Anyway, first plane here says Haegun.
So Navy, I guess.
I'm assuming that is because if you say Haebyong it's Marines. I'm
I
assuming,
guess it's Navy, and it does look like what we call maritime patrol aircraft.
I just know that
Singapore
Hae is sea, so that's all I can tell you.
Wow, it's actually armed with rockets. I'm very surprised. For maritime patrol aircraft, it's meant for, this mainly is meant for more offensive operations. Could be meant for, what this looks like is actually an S1. What's it, S? It looks like S1. I'm not very sure. I'm going to decide. These are 70mm or 2.75 inch. FFAR.
Careful.
Holding fin aerial rockets. So these are meant for, I guess, work against infantry or my expectation patrol boats in the sea, because this is a naval aircraft. So this powered here is a radar, clearly powered by twin turboprops. I think it's an S1. I don't want to say that I'm wrong because I'm worried. But
I mean, it's written there, you can see it.
Sorry, my bad. S2, not S1. S2 tracker. Yeah. So this was made by Grumman. It's an anti-submarine warfare aircraft. It's armed with these rockets. Oh yeah, it could be used against submarines. So North Korea has a lot of those sneaky submarines that try to sneak through. So these radars and the magnetic detectors, there's radars on top and it's called MED, magnetic anomaly detectors, will help to detect submarines under the water or maybe just on the sea surface. So very calm sea, and you have a little conning tower as it sails along when it's on the surface. This thing will come in, spot the submarine, and before you can dive, your plane, which is spotting the submarine, can also have weapons.
So the thing on top is a radar too?
Yes.
Why need two radars?
So maybe the right one may be a magnetic anomaly detector, the one meant to detect magnetic issues underwater. This one will be on top of the water.
Is it imbalanced loadout though?
Oh no, it's rockets there. You can see
But there's one radar.
Oh yes, the radar. Well, I guess this is something you have to account for. It's like how you're carrying a bag, some days you leave, but you just deal with it.
You can go in as well, I can take a picture for you later.
Oh, the Bofors have not. Okay, what we have here is a quad 40mm Bofors. I believe they are 60 caliber. So this is what we use to counter low to medium altitude aircraft, particularly during World War II and maybe into the Korean War. 4 40mm cannons. Originally designed by the Swedish company Bofors. So what happens is, I believe the other side is the trigger. This guy only controls.
Nah, of course it won't move.
No, it's not connected. Okay, so essentially what happens is, on this gun, you rotate this and it traverses one of the axes. The other side will traverse, like say horizontal, this side will traverse vertical. And then the other guy, you guys just try to coincide your sights onto the aircraft. So both sides will coincide and then you fire. Whereas in more modern times, they develop radar guidance. So actually the gunners, all they need to do is just follow what the guider tells them to aim at. Yeah, so this is it's an anti-aircraft gun. It works well.
Oh, this is an AA.
This is an AA, yes.
Oh, AA is man powered.
Well,
I thought it was automatic.
In the old days, before you got guided missiles like the ones over there, yes, they are man powered.
Oh wow, okay, that's a big.
Yeah, so those are big. I think those are Nike missiles. Those are huge.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Basically it's the first generation G-Bat. Well, not first actually, but I mean the first generation G-Bat was literally holding your rifle and shooting in the air. That counts as G-Bat. Not really effective.
MK4L/6040mm.
Yes, I think here is the trigger. I'm not sure.
It doesn't work.
But you can see the actuating arm. The side doesn't have it, but this actuating arm, this is the trigger. So what happens is the guy will sit, and when he sees it aligned, he'll click, like literally like a car pedal, and you shoot. So yeah, 4 guns as you can tell. What happens? Oh yeah. So up here, you'll be taking 40mm groups of like I think 4 shells, loading in. So the gunners will keep firing. There'll be a team of like 5 people back here, constantly loading the guns. Picking up, so the ammo can be down there. You'll pick up, right here, just you okay? Okay, sorry. So they keep firing, so this guy will just keep firing. These guys will just basically keep shooting until the target's either destroyed or out of range. And they'll unleash like thousands of rounds in minutes, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, so actually here we have, apart from just the 40mm Bofors, we have another one here, twin Bofors mount with a little encapsulated. So this is just a one-man one. Okay, not one man, loading still done. Looks like manually.
There's like 2 people.
I imagine there's someone in the back loading it because yeah, I think there's a down there. Anyways, these are all 40mm rounds except for this one. This is a 5-inch 38 caliber gun turret actually used on Fletcher class destroyers. This was as much as it looks armored, it's actually just not very thick. It's meant to stop many shell splinters, not direct hit. Direct hit from even a heavy machine gun or cannon like that will actually take this out. But
Aluminium.
it's not aluminum,
Steel.
it's steel, but it's quite thin, maybe like quarter-inch, like just to stop like a near hit in the shrapnel, or like machine gun fire at most. I mean, it's a cannon, it's meant to shoot from far away. It's like artillery. So these guns maybe could put out a rate of fire say around 20, I think. 18 rounds a minute. Effective out to about maybe 20 kilometers. 16.4, so my bad. But yeah, they were used all over US ships and of course in US hand-me-downs given to the Koreans. Yeah, here. They were used prominently in World War II by Fletcher class destroyers, and then also the gun itself, not the turret, were also used on many other ships, like say the Porters, the Farraguts, LLM Sumner. Okay, many other ships.
You're asking me as if I know the
Korean War.
answer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's the naval section. Okay, a twin Bofors mount, so literally a smaller scale version of the other one.
Is it the same as the other one just now?
Same guns. These are the same 40mm guns.
Oh.
It's just a smaller mount for your ship's not as big, cannot accommodate such a big piece. You have this instead. Still the same effectiveness, just half the gun. And here we have Oerlikon 20mm guns. So this is a twin mount, this is a single mount. So you literally just like this, hold it down, and you just fire. I'm not sure where's the trigger system, but it's a big gun as you can tell. I can't turn it around, but I think otherwise this
Is the trigger not this thing?
Sorry? Oh yes! Oh wow! My girlfriend is able to spot it. Yeah, so this is probably the trigger. It fires both guns, literally machine gun style. These fire like 450 to 550 rounds a minute. And then you got a single bound here, so if you are, you're gonna be big old libero and your guns, you don't so many. So yeah, I mean, this is a little simpler. Where's the trigger? I don't know if the trigger on this one, actually. I can't tell. I can't tell what it's trigger, but this is the rocking and the charging handle. Yeah, it's a big gun as you can tell, and this is a 5-inch rocket launcher. I think it's meant for
In my face. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, sorry. This was used on PT boats as a fire support. So this is meant for like before the landings at Incheon, they load up rockets and then fire onto the ground to conduct artillery barrage from the ships.
Oh.
Little thing, actually. 5-inch rockets. It's nice. Over there we have a Mark 32 torpedo tube, triple torpedo tube. I mean, it's torpedoes. It's used to sink ships and submarines. So useful. And you mount it on the deck of the ship. So everything here is deck mounted onto the top of the ship. So you have a cannon, and then except for the ship of the plane, of course. This is not a carrier-borne aircraft. Wait a minute. It is a carrier-borne aircraft, but South Korea does operate carriers. So the US will have used this on the carriers, maybe, but South Koreans will just operate it.
How do you know it's not?
It's carrier-borne.
How do you know it's carrier-borne?
The
tail?
The tail. I remember seeing the tail. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is S2, and yeah, my understanding is this would have been on US carriers. I remember. Yeah. So okay, this covers the Navy element of our trip. Oh wait, sorry. I believe that's a harpoon missile. I'm not really sure. It looks.
There's no hook. What's the harpoon element of it?
And this looks like a
storage.
KDLS. Oh. Sorry, this is a Haiseong anti-ship missile. My bad. It's not a harpoon.
It's not.
The US uses harpoon.
Haesong.
Yeah, but it's Haiseong. Maybe it's Korean for harpoon. I actually don't know.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
It doesn't look so much like harpoon. It looks similar. But anyways, so this is an anti-ship missile. This is what we use in modern days to sink ships. At least to cripple them. So we'll fire them out instead of using torpedoes or cannons in the old days. You still can, of course, if you get hit by a cannon, you still get hit. But in the modern day where ships are moving so quickly and there's radars and everything, it's just better use the missiles more accurate and it's just more precise. You can bring a bigger warhead than most of these tiny cannons. I mean. This, oh well, it's a red shark anti-submarine missile. Interesting.
It's a blue color though.
Yeah, so I guess what happens is this is the booster stage, from my understanding. Let's see, long range anti-submarine. Okay. So my guess is that it flies out and then when it nears the submarine, it'll detach the bottom and then it'll drop maybe a torpedo into the water. That's my understanding.
So it's like a space shuttle. You have a
yeah, booster stage, something like that, yeah. So inherently you notice a lot of these space technologies, like say space shuttle or like the Saturn V, the rockets that get you to moon stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. It's these stages, similar things in military concept. It's almost as if they were developed for the military, inherently, like side by side. So yeah, actually that's why. So it's a much smaller scale. You use the booster stage to get you out there, drop the booster stage, no need to carry excess weight, carry on. When you reach the target, you just drop your torpedo in the water. And that's my understanding. In all directions and high accuracy. I mean, this is all the marketed words, but inherently it looks quite fast. It says a max speed of 2,693 kph and in the water about 83 kph. So that's like 60 knots, I think, maybe 50 knots. So yeah, it goes into the water, torpedo, and then hunts the submarine in the water when it goes underwater. So this is a KBLS. What these are, they look like containers, essentially they are. What happens is your ship will have a space for them and they will literally lift out this entire rack and put a new rack when to resupply. What are these racks? And three things like this. And three things like that.
you can put both inside.
And also standard missiles. I think they are here. A-type Chua and the Shogun. So things like this, they literally just put them inside these cells. And unlike these old cannons where you must keep turning, it's like, oh, the ship's on the right, you must turn, wasting a lot of time. Instead, just fire it out vertically, and the missile will just go. So no matter where, 360 degrees of the ship, you can fire. Unlike a cannon, example, the cannon can only turn until it gets blocked by maybe a person or something, they cannot shoot. Whereas these vertical things, go up and go. So no matter what part where you attack the ship, you'll be able to defend it. Yeah. And these are SAMs, surface to air missiles. They're designed to shoot down aircraft or incoming enemy missiles. Maybe the same things like those Haeseongs. So a lot of naval warfare is actually destroying what's incoming as well as being able to attack the enemy. Yeah. So that's the naval element, I believe, of this exhibit. Thank you.